Barbie and Her Sisters Puppy Rescue. Well, I just got my annual Just Dance review out of the way, so I figured it's time for my annual Barbie review now. I like doing this series because a lot of people out there might think about getting this for their kids, and there really is no reviews for this type of game, so I like to fill that void. But what I really like about Barbie games is that they tend to be different every time. Whether it be a party game, platformer, hairstylist, or just a horse riding simulator, this time they decided to put her in a strange town with a puppy infestation. You play as Barbie, who has decided to open a puppy rescue, and she goes around town finding lost or homeless puppies, and she takes care of them and finds them a home. You travel through the town on a bike looking for these problems. Sometimes you only find one missing puppy. However, sometimes it'll just be puppies galore. Almost always, though, you'll get a phone call from someone about one of these animals. You can ignore it, or you can look at the map for one. They are clearly mapped out, though. I wish there was a mini map on the screen, but no, you have to hit the minus key to bring up the big map. Now, you can only get one puppy at a time, which was annoying. It's not a big deal in the beginning when you only have a few kennels, but as you get more, you're going to find it a bit time-consuming. I keep saying puppy because there isn't a dog to be seen. I have no idea where these puppies are coming from. However, the town has just found it necessary to have an entire building just devoted to young dogs. Maybe they're just cloning puppies and letting them run around. It would explain why almost every character looks the same, because there's definitely some kind of cloning going on around here. This town is also so strange. It has a one-way road for cars and 2 lanes for bicycles. One of the craziest parts is that when you get to the suburbs, if you're in a car, you can never leave. Look, the one-way road just stops, so either you go back in the suburb loop, or you have to go the wrong way on a one-way road. Hey City Council, how about paving over one of those useless bicycle lanes and give cars a way to leave your crazy town? However, they really never need to worry about this because even though there are many cars parked on the side of the road, you're never going to see one driving. So why do they even bother showing cars? Or even having the place so they could drive on them? Just make it all bicycles. Also, this town is a mess. It's under construction all over the place. I kind of want to know the backstory to why everything's under construction. Plus, I kind of want to go to this lake that I can see. The townspeople are some of the laziest people on Earth. They're constantly losing their puppies and tasking Barbie to find them. There was a time where a guy was upset because he lost his animal. When you accept the quest, it shows you on the map where it is. It was literally 4 feet from him, by the bushes. It wasn't lost, it was just taking a piss. But no, the owner was too busy to turn his head to look, so the guy made her take the dog to the puppy rescue to give it medical treatment and training. Oh, and more on that scam in a minute. This is one of those times I wish I could just cancel the quest, but you can't no matter how lazy your client is. The town isn't that big. They give you an arrow to tell you the general direction of where you need to go, but don't use that arrow as anything other than a compass, as it isn't going to give you any directions. It just keeps you on the right track. There are plenty of clones on bicycles, and they were just jerks. They don't respect the pedestrians. They'll just push you out of the way if you're in their way. I would have thought a game like this, they would just like phase through Barbie. But no, they shove her. Not that Barbie's any better. Occasionally she'll get texts from people with pictures of dogs, and she'll respond to them even if she's biking at the time. Nice. Texting and biking. Anyways, there are a few things that can happen if you find a dog. Either you need to follow the sound or the paw prints to find the dog. Usually the puppy is hiding behind something, but I've had quite a few times where it was in the sewers. That minigame got annoying really fast. I think they randomized the maze of the sewers every time, so you have to use your light so the dog will follow it to get him out of the sewer. Why can't Barbie light up every part of it? Plus, is she really getting down there in her Pradas to save this puppy? All the minigames were simple for kids to understand. There wasn't a lot of buttons to remember. Even when you do have to coax a puppy out from hiding, it was as simple as picking the right symbol. So when Barbie does get a puppy, you're going to need to go back to the rescue building. When you get there, Skipper will check the dog's ID chip. If they have one, they'll contact the owner in the end. If not, you're going to have to name the dog. Now, they never quite explain why they don't just look at the collar for the ID, but I guess if there's no chip to them, the dog is not claimed. Either way, you're still going to have to do the normal medical procedures, training, and grooming of the dog. This whole thing usually starts with a minigame where you kill fleas or vaccinating the dog. Then you have to train your puppy. There are a few training minigames that randomize which one you're going to get. Which was nice is that you never knew which one you were going to do. It was always as simple as hit a button or move the directional pad in the right position. Then you have to clean up your puppy. Brushing teeth, cleaning and filling cavities, and washing the dogs are all the random minigames that you could do. The whole procedure that you have to go through every time you get a puppy was so odd. Instead of just calling the owner when they know who it is, they still have to go through the same process, even if they don't know who the owner is. This is puppy rescue, not puppy daycare. Or is it? Remember that guy who didn't see his dog that was 4 feet in front of him? And all those puppies that were all over the town? What if the townspeople are just quote unquote losing their dogs to get free daycare, grooming, medical procedures, and training? What if this whole thing is just some crazy scam they've all got together to do? The scam doesn't work with a grown dog because Barbie's Puppy Rescue doesn't have time for a year-old dog. So they're careful with older dogs, but they're willy-nilly with the younger offspring, because they know that Barbie's going to take care of them. Barbie has 3 kennels to hold the puppies at first. You could spend the bones that you get as currency to get more kennels or get accessories for the individual kennels. The accessories also take down the time it takes for you to get to the next step of the puppy's journey through the program. For some reason, they've time locked when you can train the animals. It's 10 minutes for the first time and then 5 minutes for each one after that. At first it means waiting for the time to finish, which was annoying. But later on you're going to have 5 or 6 kennels, so you shouldn't notice it as much, since you're kind of busy with the other dogs. At the end of the program, you either reunite the puppy with their owner, or you use a computer program to pick a new owner. It has all the information on the humans and the animals. I would have loved to see this little doggy fill out this questionnaire. The main problem with the game is that once you play it for 20 minutes, it's just the same thing over and over again. There's nothing new other than maybe new minigames that you haven't seen yet. But there really aren't that many of them. When you get to the 7th kennel you can buy, it says Barbie can now get her own puppy. So I was thinking, yeah, end game content. So I kept playing so I can unlock that kennel to see what happens when Barbie gets a dog in that one. 3 hours later, and I'm not kidding there, I did it and nothing happens. It's just another kennel. Why are you teasing me with an end game? Barbie and Her Sisters Puppy Rescue was a bit dull. Even for a Barbie game, I wish there was more to it. Graphically, it was very average. It reused the same dogs repeatedly, just changing the coat and eyes. The townspeople are just the same people with minor differences. It controlled fine though. The simple commands would make it very easy for a preschooler. And that would be the only age group that I would recommend this game for. It is too simple to be enjoyable for anyone over the age of 5. There are so many other good Barbie games out there. So unless you have a very young child, I would just say skip this one. Well, that's my review of Barbie and Her Sisters Puppy Rescue. Why don't you check out my previous review of Just Dance 2016, or my classic review of Barbie's Dream House Party. Thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe.